Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So yesterday just concluded the Women's African Cup of Nations tournament qualifiers, and let me just say we had some really great games, so let's get into the recap of all of them. First and foremost, Morocco, yet again the host of the tournament, so they did not have to play any qualifiers, but we need 11 more teams, and the second round was going to prove who was going to make it, so let's get into it. First game, Malawi versus Angola. Few notes. Angola has not been to the tournament since 2002, and Malawi has never qualified for the tournament. Either they've never entered or they've never qualified. So, or not qualified, or they've been knocked out. So, this game, it was really it for both teams. The first leg ended 0-0, so that second leg, it was really it. Time for no mistakes. But it ended up going Malawi's way. First time in their history they will be competing at the tournament. 2 goals scored at the 82nd and 84th minute by the 18-year-old Faith Chinzumo. She's made history for her team, and the Scorchers, I'm ready to see them. And I'm hopefully we'll be able to see Temwa and Tabitha Chawinga. The sight of those two playing, that would just be amazing, like a fiery duo. So hopefully the Scorchers are going to make more history at this tournament. But let's get on to the next games. Benin versus Nigeria. Nigeria, current champions, they were obviously going to make it to the tournament. And first leg ended 2-0, and then second leg, surprisingly 1-1, but it was going to go Nigeria's way anyway. Nigeria ended up winning 3-1 aggregate, so they'll be competing at the tournament to possibly get their 11th title. So, we'll see how the Super Falcons do in this. I'm going to cheer them on anyway. Next match, Zambia versus Namibia. First game ended 4-2. Let me just say that was one of the best first leg games in the qualifying. 3 goals by Kundananji and 1 goal by Nachula. If I said it wrong, I'll fix it in here. But Namibia, they dug deep and it came back from 2-0 down to tie it 2-2. So you gotta give credit to Namibia. But in the second leg, Zambia took care of business. They were not going to make it a close game. They ended up winning 3-0 on aggregate. 1 goal by Kundananji, 1 goal by Ferry, and 1 goal by Chalufia. So they ended up winning 7-2 on aggregate. Pretty comfortable. So it was a really good time for them. Next, South Africa versus DR Congo. This was really shocking to me because first leg ended 1-1. I was shocked DR Congo kept up with it, South Africa, and just got the draw. So that second leg, it was going to be insane. And it ended up being just that. South Africa ended up winning 1-0 with a late goal. It was just insane for them. South Africa, 2-1 on aggregate, getting to the tournament again. Just almost getting knocked out. It was just insane. If DR Congo had knocked them out, that would have just been one of the most shocking results in qualifyings. But it just didn't end up their way. But let's get on to the next one. Ghana versus Egypt. This was really easy for Ghana. Literally 7-0 on aggregate. First leg, they won 4-0, and then second leg, 3-0. This was just easy for them. And I'm really excited to see how Ghana does. If they can qualify for the tournament, it would be insane. And seeing how they did in the last tournament, I'm supporting them, and I hope they can make it because they really do deserve a World Cup. Next, Algeria versus Cameroon. Algeria, they won the first match 2-1 on aggregate. Second leg came down to a close match, but 1-0 on aggregate to Algeria. They've knocked Cameroon out, so this means Cameroon's not playing at the WAFCON for a second time in a row, and they will not be going to the World Cup at all. They're eliminated. They're done. But congratulations to Algeria. Just think about this. Their men's team is at the World Cup. Imagine the women's team makes it there, because, seeing how they did at the last AFCON, they literally only lost in a penalty shootout to Ghana, so, they can go pretty far, and they even drew Nigeria 0-0, so they have a good team. We'll just see how they do. They just gotta get some good attacking. Next match, Burkina Faso versus Togo. Pretty easy match. 2-0 in the first leg for Burkina Faso, and 1-0 in this second leg. 3-0 on aggregate for Burkina Faso, back in the tournament yet again. Next, Tanzania versus Ethiopia. Tanzania ended up winning 3-0 on aggregate, 2-0 in the first leg, and 1-0 in the second leg, back in the tournament again, so hopefully they'll be able to make some good changes in this tournament, and maybe possibly go farther than they did at the last one, which they ended up getting the group stage, but we'll see how they do. Next, Ivory Coast versus Senegal. It ended 0-0 on aggregate, so they had to go to penalties. In the final score, Ivory Coast 4, Senegal 5. So Senegal's back in the tournament. We'll see how they do. If they can possibly make it past the quarterfinals, it would be insane. Now, last two matches, Kenya versus Gambia. 3-1 on aggregate to Kenya. They were down 1-0 literally in the first few minutes to Gambia. And then the second leg, 1-0 on aggregate. 4-1 on aggregate. So Kenya's back in the tournament. We'll see how they do. And now, for the final match, I had to save this one for the last because it's literally the best one. Mali versus Cape Verde. The first leg, and well, actually before I do this, Cape Verde has never qualified for the Women's African Cup of Nations, so this was another big one. The first match ended 1-0 on aggregate, 1-0 in Mali's favor. So Mali had an away goal at Cape Verde, so next match ended up going to Mali, so the final score in that match ended Mali 2, Cape Verde 4. So that meant Cape Verde is going to their first ever Women's African Cup of Nations tournament, 4-3 on aggregate, and if they had conceded one more goal, it wouldn't matter because they had the away goals. But Cape Verde, they're at their first ever Women's African Cup of Nations tournament. And before I sign off, literally, congratulations. I don't know what you guys are doing in Cape Verde, but keep doing it. We saw what happened. The men's are at their first ever FIFA World Cup. Just imagine the women's qualified for their first ever World Cup. If that happens, this will just be one of the greatest years. But literally 2025, it has been insane. Africa, I'm just gonna say this. Africa has the best qualifying in my opinion. They have the most unpredictable games, unpredictable matches. It's just insane. But that's it for the recap. Let me know in the comments below who you guys are cheering for, who you're gonna support all the way, who do you think will win. But that's it for this video. I'll see you all soon.